Well, you may not have grown up with it like I did, but when I was young, there was the most bizarre TV shows on, and one of those was actually a pretty fucking awesome one, and that was Beavis and Butthead. Now, Beavis and Butthead has storied history and a pretty good game here and there, and everything was all hunky dory in the world of Beavis and Butthead. But there was an absolutely fucking and fantastic movie that came out, Beavis and Butthead Do America. Now, this movie is great and it still holds up today. Its animation is very unique, it's very interesting looking, and the whole movie is fucking great. And it's a high recommended movie. But oh, my dear viewers, is there ever a scene in this fucking particular movie that is just above the rest? Because it's so bizarre, so crazy, and so amazingly awesome to behold. And that, of course, I'm talking about is the coveted and legendary Peyote scene, where Beavis and Butthead are crossing into the desert and accidentally eat some peyote. Now, I gotta actually give it to the people who made this movie for actually including this in this, because Beavis and Butthead was kind of known at the time as being a semi-kids type show. So when I was young and I saw this scene, I had absolutely no idea what the fuck they were talking about. But as I watch it as older, oh, I definitely know what they're talking about. So it starts off as both Beavis and Butthead getting kind of life flashbacks, and then it really starts to ramp up in the intensity. And I think that the people who made this were really on point with what they were trying to convey. It's a really bizarre scene, and it kind of comes out of nowhere. And even going back and watching it, there's all kinds of videos with it posted all online with many views. But I mean, it's just so crazy and so wild. Now, as if things started to get too weird here, it really starts to kick off after a few seconds, and you know that you're in for a ride. But man, is the animation ever fucking unbelievable in this? It is just so awesome, and the way that they designed it and the way that they animated this whole scene is just truly incredible. That they put this into this show that's semi cartoonish for youngsters. It's actually kind of a disturbing scene, and really, like, the music is just so incredibly good in this. Like, the way it kicks off and the way it has intensities and peaks um and and slows down and kind of pulsates at certain points. It's just so fantastic, and the sound design in this scene is so incredible that it really just takes you for a ride. I think there's a problem here. Yeah, Beavis, I think you're right. There is a problem here, and the one of the greatest parts of it is all how they don't seem to be freaking out too much. They're just kind of like going with the flow of the trip. It's such a good scene, really. Now, I'd never be one to advocate for drug use or insanity, but it's clearly worked for this part of this movie. It ties it also together, and it's hard to even remember any part of the movie without instantly recalling this scene. And it's hard to see what kind of a future Beavis and Butthead will get because, like, I mean, they've tried to have resurgence here and there, and it's all gone pretty good for them. But I mean, Beavis and Butthead, we really just got a little bit of the show and then the movie, and that's essentially all. I mean, there was those games for the older school consoles, but Beavis and Butthead is kind of like a niche MTV rocker type thing that just was at a certain point in time in history and kind of hallmark to that early 2000s, late 90s, um, rebellious kids, rebellious teens, up to no good, smoking weed and shit. I fucking really love Beavis and Butthead, and it's such an iconic cultural milestone for the world. So Beavis, go fuck yourself.
Bunghole you for my bunghole.